Hello and welcome. Sorry for some technical difficulties, but we are getting on track. Welcome to Swiss Round 2. Dr. J, PhD versus Shatty in Z2R, the Swiss tournament. Let me just get it set up to see our runners, and then we will send them on their way. And
All
also journey for commentators, Rico and Star. I'm sorry, I am so tilted today. That is not the right scene. But please welcome our two commentators, Star and Rico. Take it
Hi,
away,
everyone.
guys.
See, normally I'm the one that takes things off the rails, but they're like, this train's already off the tracks. What do we do? And they're like, well, you have very good experience with trains going completely off the tracks right at the start, so have fun. Well,
Yes. Sorry, everyone. Had a little bit of tech issues. We should be getting going shortly, though.
but short story shorter, we have Dr. J, PhD, who waved to us, gave us the thumbs up. Looks like he's ready to go. Shatty also chomping at the bit to get going here. Unfortunately for both of these runners, as the countdown starts, we have 0-1 for their records as we get underway. Looks like we have Link in his older years against Link in his, prime condition here.
Alright, so here's a... I can't remember. This is Nibiru or... yeah, that's Rauru here, it looks like. Right next to start.
Alright,
They're
so let's
gonna be
see
able to
what
get
we
a,
have waiting for us.
Yep. Yeah, I can recognize it as Rauru now. They can get a free spell from here. We'll see what this is. Yes, indeed. We have Frico and myself on comms today.
Oh! Well.
Okay. Nice thunder.
Hey, guess what? They can cast it straight out of the box, too. 61 for Thunder. So that may or may not be completely and totally abused by our runners.
Oh, and there's the raft spot. We're just to the west of start, and that is either P3 or P6.
Alright, well, we have an Iron Knuckle at the start, so let's see what it's worth to Dr. J. This might put him at 150 points. Ooh, going straight for attack 2, it looks like, so 35 points away for Dr. J to just start with attack 2. And another red Iron Knuckle for Dr. J as Shatty finds the cross in Stonehenge.
Not the most useless item of the game, but not really necessary. The cross lets you see invisible enemies, and that's about it.
Well, those invisible enemies are only on the eastern continent, so, minor details that are not of great consequence this early in the game for the runners. Ooh, Dr. J taking the L against the third Iron Knuckle.
Yep. Also, it looks like a Shatty went south, having, and is finding out that we're on the southern half of the western continent today, and has found a cave here.
Now, looks like Dr. J picking up attack 2, magic 2, and life 3. Ew.
Yeah, as Shatty here picks up a magic container. Yeah,
so I like the whole attack 2 start, but not so much with the life 3. Magic 2, magic 3, I can understand those. You might reduce the cost of thunder.
Nope. Unfortunately, no such luck.
Well, that's why it's might. I believe thunder can step down in cost twice between magic 1 and magic 8. It's, well, part of the randomizer, so the cost of the spells is entirely randomized.
Indeed. Alright. Jay is exploring the overworld a bit. Shatty has found Saria.
About to
And pick up a
second
spell from here.
Yeah.
And that's life in Saria.
Ooh.
Another. Oh, that's an expensive life. 100. You get magic. Well, it is magic 1, admittedly, but that's not exactly the best thing you want to see.
Oh, Dr. J picking up the glove, so that's a pretty good start for Dr. J. Thunder and the
Indeed.
glove out of the box, so once we see Fairy or the key, that means we can start raiding the palaces. Oh, Dr. J does not have jump or fairy, so no way to collect downstab, nor the medicine to collect the spell, so that's going to be a unfortunate set of circumstances.
Yeah, I have already managed to get completely lost as per the usual.
That's alright. Shatty's on the backside of the jump cave. Dr. J PhD has...
Oh, Shatty choosing to not go north to find Glove and Mido right now, it looks like. And there's Death Mountain, okay. This map layout doesn't seem to be the friendliest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, nice little,
Mountains
alcove
kind of
trees
blocking
and-
you. Mountains are kind of blocking you everywhere. You have to go the long way around everything.
Well, it almost makes a linear path for what the runners can and cannot do. At this point, no boots, so... You know, unfortunately for the runners... Oh, a dead
Also,
end.
that was a
Death
dead
Mountain.
end. But
Yeah.
also, I didn't even notice that earlier, but yeah, that was a dead end. Alright, what's this palace? It is the other one of P3 or 6. I am not entirely sure which one he saw first. The light blue one.
Well, I'm not sure why Dr. J is going in here. But it is Palace 3.
Okay, so this one is light purple. Kind of medium purple.
And it looks like Shatty has the same idea in mind. So we'll see what ends up happening. Might just be a level gathering event here, but Dr. J running into a key door, not going to be able to open it.
Indeed. Alright, so that confirms that the other palace that we saw right next to the raft spot in the west was P6, since this one here is P3. And yeah, thank you, Shiro.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Dr.
Jay taking
J
it.
Doomknocker getting him.
Indeed.
So we might see some experience being gained by the runners, but unfortunately... Oh, Dr. J remembering that he does have Thunder. And not afraid to cast it, up and A-ing going, yeah, I think I'm glove blocked at this point, so
Yeah.
gotta go, bye. I'm not
Okay,
mistaken.
that looked to be, yeah, so that P6, that P3 was just on the western end of the bridge. Trying to take notes on this map of some kind. Now they're both crossing through this cave to see where they go.
Well, this is an item cave. I believe it's Medicine Cave. In the
Yes.
standard Z2R.
Yeah, I'm terrible at telling caves apart. I've mostly figured out palaces, but caves are another story. Although,
Oh, I see
that
a
is the
raft.
raft.
So both runners with the raft, Shatty actually doing the right thing by jumping into the sauna, which will put him at the closest exit to him, which is exactly where he wanted to go.
Indeed. Both runners choosing to not up an A just yet. We know the raft start is just east of start. So about a minute into the game, maybe.
Well, with where the
Choosing to
runners
explore a bit more.
are, look at their experience right now. They're kind of married
would
to
like
their
to level up a
experience
bit.
values. Shatty just picked up
Oh,
a level, and it looks like Dr. J is going for attack 4, so not willing to throw away
they had experience, which makes sense.
this amount of experience.
Okay, Shatty looks to hopefully be heading towards his glove here. Or maybe not, it's just north of where he was. That little bit by Mido is exactly where his glove is.
Dr. J picking up the cross at Stonehenge.
Indeed.
Well,
we are on the southernmost part of the continent still here. I apparently just can't navigate as per the usual. Yeah. Oh, there's a hammer block. Okay.
Denied. So Shatty finding that he's hammer blocked, which means he's got two options at this point. Keep exploring the caves, which will find him the glove. He can poke his head into 6, likely be glove blocked. Realizing this, Shatty almost doing that. There he goes, doing the right thing, just getting out of there.
Indeed. Dr. J is back in Nauru for a heal, maybe? And Shatty's heading east. Unfortunately, doesn't have the glove, and we do see a town and palace right here. That's Darunia, right by the eastern raft spot.
And
there's a palace just south of it. Oh, and there's another one. That is Naburu.
And it looks like Valley of Death almost straight away on the eastern continent. Looks like Shatty's going to take advantage of the information, get a spell. So what we're looking for, I think, is the glove at this point. Sorry.
Yeah, there was jump, by the way, in Naburu. Dr. J taking a drowning here in this encounter. Yeah, there is that, Trails, but, Now, the question is, when does he go back for that glove? I'm not sure if he even saw Mido.
I think he may have seen it, but went, okay, I don't have medicine, I don't have fairy, so why bother? Well, we need the flute. That's Three-Eyed Rock.
Yep, Three-Eyed Rock exists today. That's also very close to this eastern raft tile.
Let's see what Shatty ends up finding.
Stuff on the east is very close to start actually today.
Well, it's
close to the raft pile.
Maze Island's going to be a little difficult to find if this turns out the way I suspect it will. It's kind of giving a couple things
there's
for
the
free.
Other end of Saria in the northern half of the western continent. Oh, and there's a not as useless entrance to Death Mountain, maybe. Jay is deciding to say screw it and not. There's another magic container for Shatty.
Yeah, one of the eastern caves providing a magic jar. So Shatty, I think, actually has forgotten that thunder is a thing already.
It isn't. Oh no, no, that's life. So he should have gotten a quick glimpse there. Thunder is. It might still be 61. I'm not sure.
Well, it can't go up, and with the magic jars he's collected, he can certainly have cast it.
Yeah, he has 96 magic points. That is more than castable. Mido is right next to his glove, which I guess was Teabag Cave.
Alright, Dr. J finding a desert tile and leveraging that into a magic level.
Alright. Oh, here's P2 on the west for,
Does that? Oh, yeah, you're right.
yeah, because
The color confused
statue-
me. I kind of thought it was P3 all over again.
Nope.
Once he went down the elevator, yeah, you're right. That is definitely P2.
Yep, okay, there's a 1-up for Shatty. And just continue exploring the east here as Dr. J decides to dig P2 a bit. Indeed, all the glove-locked palaces are on the west, which is good for Shatty. He won't get blocked out of the east. There's that's P1 there.
Alright, so Shatty will have to find some keys. Otherwise, he will not be able to progress.
No, Dr. J going pretty far to the left here in P2. This is just for a P back, okay.
Well, I think it's a 50-50 option on it being a key or a P bag. And I think Dr. J was hinging that on perhaps
it being a key. No such luck. Our dripper enemies suck today. Only 20 experience.
Not the greatest for the drippers, that's for...
Hey, that's about bottom of the barrel.
It
I mean,
could
at least
be
they're
worse.
one-shotted.
It could be 2. I mean, it could have like the bot experience, which Shatty revealed to be 5 this time.
Yeah, the red Shetty also not having any luck with key or P bag, picking up a 70-point P bag. That's a yikes.
So Dr. J is getting a key block, so not going to be able to proceed that way. I think the runners really have no business being in palaces at this point.
No, they want to find the any key or fairy or a town that teaches them fairy right now.
Well,
they currently can't get any spells from the towns we've seen, so there's also that problem.
Their options are limited for what they have available to them. We know Fairy Town, medicine, and downstab, but no medicine for a spell, nor fairy for downstab. Shatty, I believe, has life, thunder. Did he get jump? Was that the spell? Okay.
Jump was in Nibiru.
So Shatty, I'm not sure if it's worth a double dip.
Oh, Dr. J did manage to get a key from somewhere. Shatty unfortunately has not and got the key locked out. Worth noting that in P3 the item is to the right, and in P3, which Dr. J is in, is the item's to the right, and for Shatty, who's in P1, the item is to the left. So I will try and go in each of those directions to try and find the item. Oh no, I think that's the item room for Shatty, but still doesn't have a key.
Correct. The item room would be to the left of that key door, but he will need 2 keys to actually open the doors to get to the item. The one he just got stopped by, plus the key door that is directly in front of the item itself.
Indeed. Jay also going on some more key hunting. These runners are not having a fun time trying to dig these palaces for keys that may or may not exist. Shetty finding another key block. They're still not having any luck. Oh no, here's the item actually. There's
Wow.
medicine, so I misidentified things.
Alright, that should be an instant up an A for Shatty, and another instant up an A. I would be going straight to the town that I don't think Shatty is aware of existing.
No,
on the
Shetty
way-
hasn't. I don't
Yeah.
think Shetty's seen Mido because Mido is exactly where is right next to the glove he doesn't have.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, oh, he doesn't have the glove. He didn't see what was up there. But Shatty has an option to up an A, pick up the glove, down stab, and whatever spell is gated behind the medicine.
Yeah.
It looks like Shatty opting out of Valley of Oblivion. No?
He's trying to do the encounter skip here, it looks like. Not having any luck with it, though.
What you're supposed to do is actually slash your sword 4 times. There we go. Shatty doing exactly what he's supposed to. Then the enemies will just home in on you when they next spawn. So Shatty setting up the encounter skip and getting it this time. Only to find on the next tile another one of the Valley of Death encounters.
Indeed. These kind of suck without Fairy.
Very much so.
We don't even know. For all we know, there's a very good chance that GP is the end of this.
It's entirely possible.
Dr. J has found yet another P bag instead of a key. Probably isn't super happy about it.
Well, when he gets magic... No, I think he just passed over magic 5 to go for attack 5 or life 6. I'm not sure which is next.
Oh, okay, and there's P5 for Shatty. Light pink here in Valley of Death.
Alright, so Dr. J able to navigate out of a potential glove block room. Having the glove, that's not an issue for him. Dr. J
Yeah.
trying... Oh, Dr. J is, seriously considering farming 20-point Stalfos just so he can get that level. Opting out of it, realizing...
Alright, Shetty is back on the west, having discovered P5 and deciding he doesn't want to try and get back through Valley of Death, because it kinda sucks. And is gonna go, is back on the west, we'll see where he goes. Okay, so Mido and his glove are just north of him right now. Not his cave, no, but
Shatty's
around
definitely getting warmer, but this pass-through is not going to help him any.
No, this is
anything-
going to lead him away from his glove and Mido. Yep, that's the northern half of the continent. Exactly not where he wanted to be.
Yeah,
Well, he doesn't know
unfortunate
that.
for Shatty, but, you know...
He doesn't know this is the exact wrong spot. He should have gone around to the north, but... well, hopefully he'll get back to the south sometime soon and... kinda... find a way there. This is how Dr. J got up here as
Back
wondering
half
earlier.
of, here. Shatty's
Yeah.
gonna explore this cave. Find
Which
Death
is-
Mountain.
That's not a dead end. Alright, there's
No.
Dr. J depositing the P2 gem, having not been able to get the item, I don't think, but is just gonna call it quits.
Well, he's gonna pick up Magic 5, so...
Right,
Ooh, what is this swamp? Yuck.
I'm not sure either. By the way, was that Rudo right next to, I do believe that was Rudo by P2 there. Alright, Shetty's trying to explore the north half of the continent a bit. I think that's... Yeah, that's P2 right here.
Yeah, Dr. J just came out of there, so... gonna have a little bit of a handshake between the runners in the swampland here.
That's for sure. Yep, that is Rudo.
So Shatty making a little bit of a note for, okay, I found this. Looked like he was trying to write something down or type something onto a notepad.
Yep, that is one ridiculously giant swamp. Wowza. Alright, and Dr. J's gonna walk back through this pass-through to get back to the southern half of the continent, maybe, or not. Just getting 5 XP and leaving. Alright. Okay.
Not the best use of time.
I was gonna say, if he's passing through to the... If he's trying to get back to the south, save up and aim is probably faster, and if he's getting 5 XP, that's a complete waste of time. Not sure what he was aiming
right
to do
now,
there.
I think Dr. J is regretting some life choices because even though he has the raft, he seems trapped in that the only progression that he could find right now is very likely going to be in Death Mountain.
Yes, there is a very good chance from what we have seen from both runners. We are locked out of all our palaces. We know medicine can't. If medicine leads to fairy, then the NET has to be available somewhere. Because you need a fairy. You need fairy spell or any key to progress in any palace. And now Dr. J is back in P2, and Shatty is up and aiming back to the southern half of the western continent. This makes sense. Please go find Mido here. It's just to the north. Don't take that pass-through again.
Alright, up there, up! Alright, okay. Taking the encounter on the road, okay. Alright,
no!
This is of no value to you, Shatty. No, that's the backside of Jump Cave. Oh, no. Shatty, just, I don't want to live in this world trying to, jump off a cliff, but unfortunately the cliff not high enough up.
Yeah, jumping off a cliff and Jump Cave. Because he's right by his glove and Mido for his medicine. No.
Shatty just opted out of, potential progression twice now by taking all of the caves, that are going to lead him more than likely astray.
Yeah.
And this is just going to put Shatty back into... Well, it's not useless. It's going to put him into Death Mountain, which might be where Shatty ends up going.
No, that's the dead end.
No, that's the dead end one. Okay. Never mind me,
I think
then.
the non-dead end is in the north, Freako.
Ah, right. Saria. Okay, so Shatty hopefully realizes that there is an area. He sees the cave that he needs to go into.
No, he's heading back to the north.
No, stop this madness, Shatty. You saw the cave that you had to go into. It was on your screen. You see where the pathway is to get to it. Oh, no. Not like this. Not like this.
No.
So Shatty looks like he's opting into Death Mountain.
Yeah.
This is gonna be, a one path right now, so gonna have to take this cave to get anywhere.
Yeah. And the thing is, that's the difference between these two, is Shatty went east and we see Spectral Rock, but can't currently get to it. Shatty went to the east and found a medicine, but has managed to completely and totally skip his glove and Mido, which was right next to it. Is not making use of the advantage, though he doesn't know he has it. His medicine's is his advantage right now, and he isn't doing anything with it. He's exploring Death Mountain instead.
Like he found the Jump Cave.
Yep, that's
Oh,
not
that's
cave.
the cross. Okay.
I think he's trying. Alright, Jay's heading east. Shatty is trying to find Hammer Cave and not having much luck right now. Yeah, Shatty is not having much luck. This Death Mountain is very open-ended, actually, once you find that one and only cave to get in. Jay finding P1.
Well, the one and only cave to get in was kind of free. The problem is, it looks like pass through after pass through after pass through. And let's
Which
see.
probably just leads to
one-
all back to the open
four.
area, mostly. Because this is one giant open area that's just annoying to get around.
You could be right.
Yeah,
You know,
the flute could...
6 caves and they all seem to...
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Trails. These two spend an incredibly long time digging out palaces and finding jack all, to be honest.
Well, see, Shatty, through blind luck, if anything else, found the medicine. Oh, and now wanders into the Hammer Cave. So if he can survive long enough to see this through to the end, you know, we'll see what's in the Hammer Cave. Shatty has just completely opted out of turning in the medicine, getting down stab, so...
And his glove. I don't know
Yeah,
if
and
he's
the glove.
written...
Yeah, you're right.
Because the glove is right next to it, and I don't think he's seen Mido, considering he hasn't gotten the glove, which was in the cave right next to it.
Yeah.
I don't know why he skipped that little bit of the map. He's walked past it numerous times, but it's not looking great for him.
Well, Dr. J is into another palace, which...
without key or fairy.
You know, confuses me, to put it bluntly. Okay, Shatty's still, 2 extra guys, so getting this last Gorilla down shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Oh, that's just a heart container in Hammer Cave, so that isn't it.
Ouch. Alright, so... This means Shatty's trying to figure things out here. Dr. J just picked up his medicine. So Dr. J now has the advantage of the glove, knowing that he can turn in the medicine.
Yeah, and... Okay, Shatty, are you finally going to go there?
Do it. Do it.
Please.
Do it.
Yes!
Do it.
Thank you!
Alright, so... Shatty's going to be rewarded with the glove at the end of this cave. Gonna hit up the town right next to it, hopefully. Well, the way Shatty's playing, I almost expect a up and A after getting the glove.
Whoops, that's me. Yep, that is. He kind of needs to visit the town right next to it, though.
I mean, he knows the town is right there, though.
I'm not sure why he didn't walk into the town, considering I don't think he's been there yet.
Shatty is just making, like, every wrong decision. I knew it was coming, too. I'm like, alright, Shatty has literally opted out at 4 different occasions to go into this specific town where he could get downstab and turn in the medicine. And...
What in the world are you doing?
Oh, no.
Oh my...
I just can't take it anymore.
Why? Yeah, I don't think he's seen a town either, because he would have gone right back in there if he had.
I mean,
What the?
if he knew what town it was, he would have made a beeline right for it. But he, just like I look
Oh
exactly
no.
like not like this icon right now. I have both of my hands just like on my head, and I'm just like, if I actually had hair to pull out, I'd be just like,
I'm in much of the same spot. Oh no, Shandy. He did just recently start playing the randomizer, but he at least has a decent grasp on it. Franco and I combed his round 1 match actually. I don't remember much of it to be honest, but he did finish the
Shatty
seed.
Noah, and it came down to the wire between those two.
Yeah. And Shetty's doing decently for being pretty new, but unfortunately this whole situation is just facepalm.
Yeah,
If you haven't been into a town yet, why not check it? And I'm pretty sure he didn't check the town considering he only just got the glove.
well, that's why I thought he would be baited by the glove and just up an A. So Dr. J finding the jump spell.
Yep, having found the Buru and the Runia is right by the Valley of Death.
So Dr. J at this point should connect the dots, go, okay, I have jump, I have medicine, let me get this town out of the way. But instead
there's old Kasuto at the northern end of the northern edge of the eastern continent.
Alright,
and that's
so
fire.
Alright, fire. So hopefully we'll see what it is. It costs 22. Tested it out, and it looks like it's linked to jump.
Yes, it does.
Ooh. Alright, River Devil is actually blocking something. Not sure what, but it's something.
Indeed. Also, Dr. J has caught sight of the Maze Island here, I think somewhere in the southwestern corner of the continent.
Alright, so Dr. J going to explore Maze Island. This little spot to the north is a negative. Oh.
That is P4.
You are correct. The normal Maze Island Palace is P4.
Yep.
So
Also, we did see the water tile up north for Shetty.
well, unfortunately no boots, so we won't know what's on that tile. Right now, I think what the runners might be looking for is the hammer. There were a couple hammer-blocked caves. The
And
least of
Spectacle
which,
Rock is accessible,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, Shatty was all over Spectacle Rock when he went to find the heart container in the hammer cave.
Yeah, he had easy sight of it. You could see Spectacle Rock pretty much the moment you got through that one pass through to get into Death Mountain in that giant open area.
I mean, there's no reason to go with it unless you have the hammer, which unfortunately neither of the runners have the hammer, so Spectacle Rock, plus I believe I recall seeing 2 hammer-blocked caves on the west are completely...
I remember seeing one hammer-blocked cave and a hammer-blocked road.
There was a hammer-blocked road to the north. There was a hammer-blocked cave almost directly to the south of the northern palace, as Dr. J drops down in Maze Island to find one of the 2 items.
Indeed, Shetty is trying to explore the northern half of the western continent right now, taking a game over. Ooh, that's back to start for him.
Alright. Dr. J finding the child, which has a chance at this point of leading to either Reflect or Fairy. Oh. Dr. J finds
And there's the flute!
Wow. Alright, so Dr. J getting...
Majorly paid out.
Well,
Good
maybe?
fun.
I mean, the flute's gonna remove the River Devil.
Which could block something. We are still missing piece. Actually, no, wait. We know where P6 is. It's Three-Eyed Rock. Wow.
Have we located Great Palace yet?
Yes, that was the one right by the raft spot in the west, if I wrote my notes down right. I think, oh, wait. Did we? No, that was P6. That P6 was in the west by the raft spot. Great Palace is Three-Eyed Rock. Wow.
Alright, so we've seen all the palaces at this point. So the flute is not likely immediately useful. Dr. J, PhD, taking a foray into Palace 4.
Which is a kind of boring grayish green color today.
Well, also, fun fact, completely impossible to complete, as Dr. J does not have Reflect.
No, but he does have the child and the medicine. He knows where both Darunia and Mido are. There's a decent chance that one of those has his reflect spell or his fairy spell, which would help him dig out dungeons for more stuff.
Well,
Yes, it does, Trails. We have seen Three-Eyed Rock. It was just by the eastern raft spot. We're pretty close to it, at any rate. And that's a key block for Jay.
Alright. Just
I'd
up
say
an
at
A.
this point, it might, yeah, just up an A, go back to the west, turn in your medicine and child. Yeah. At this point, it's probably best to go take those items, spell items. And, yep, okay,
Alright,
he
yeah.
is... Thank you. Thank
Dr.
you, he is
J
going
has-
back to the west.
Deduce that he is getting exactly nowhere in that palace.
Yeah, a grand sum of... He's key locked out quite badly. He's key locked out of everything, really, so... Time to go get Fairy. Or at least something to help with things, because this is not going the best.
No, but I mean, both of the runners are unfortunately getting bamboozled by what he is telling them to do, but Dr. J, on the right track at least, going to pick up...
Shetty in the meantime... Yeah, Shetty in the meantime is just lost, wandering along this river, and getting basically nowhere.
Well, doing a little survey for the Herulian
And finding a dead end.
agency.
Well, that's a dead end with absolutely nothing on it, so womp womp.
So yeah, for Shatty, this is going to be completely pointless. I don't know why Shatty is not taking what the seed is giving him. He has the medicine. He should be doing exactly what Dr. J, PhD is doing right now.
Hey, there's Reflect, Mido.
This magic strengthens a shield. I might need that in a certain palace elsewhere on the map that Dr. J may have already have been. And could have completely...
Steel, we don't know, because he's walked straight past Mido more than once.
Shatty's walked past Mido
A facepalm worthy number of times. He has his glove, which is right next to it.
Past it one. And I'm hoping he actually just goes there right now.
Nope. He just walked straight past.
The correct answer for Shatty was to make a upward turn, but unfortunately not where he is making his upward turn.
Nope. He made his upward turn at the second turn and not the first. There's two turns you can make. The first one takes you to Mido. The second one takes you to the northern half of the continent. Also, Dr. J is going to Death Mountain without a hammer now.
Well,
they got both items, Trails. It was the child and flute. Oh.
Alright, so we know Maze Island is completable for Dr. J. To be honest, he should just head back over there, but he still needs to solve one of his other problems, which means he needs to turn in the child, not do this nonsense in Death Mountain.
He will turn in the child when he goes back east, because Daruni is right by the raft spot. At least. Or not right next to it, but in that general area right by it. Yeah. We are just a ferry from Go Mode, yeah. Potentially, yes. Jay is finding all the pass-throughs in this giant open-ended Death Mountain. You don't see a Death Mountain this open-ended very often. Shatty, that is the wrong way in.
Ay, ay.
Yeah, I think
That's
pretty sure Jay's
about-
seen the front end of Saria. It was in the south by the western end of the bridge, so I know my notes suck, but I know that makes no sense, but that's what my notes say at any rate. It's in the southwest, I think, if I recall correctly at any rate.
So, Dr. J finding the Hammer Cave, but this is not going to work out too well for him, as we know this is going to net him a heart. So yeah, get the bum.
Yep. Will be what's up in store for Jay here. Shatty is continuing to get lost, it appears.
Well, Shatty is continuing to just do the exact thing that is completely opposite to what the seed is telling him to do. But for whatever reason, Shatty has just got it in his mind that the town you turn in the medicine in is one he's already been in, and has just, for whatever reason, refused to go into that town.
Yep, he walks straight past it. We know exactly where Mido is. It's on the southern half of the western continent, just by start. Not far from the start, to the west, sorry, I can't get my directions straight. Right next to his glove. He, for whichever reason, didn't actually check the town when he went to get his glove.
I mean, Shatty would be in a good position if he turned in the medicine. However,
indeed, he had an advantage over. He got the medicine quite a few minutes before Dr. J. Unfortunately, he seems to have forgotten about that town.
now see, what could have happened is Shatty turns in his medicine, gets Reflect, wanders into Maze Island, like he's doing right now, and goes, oh wow, this spell I have, Reflect, would be really convenient, if I happen to find Karok.
Which he will.
And after he finds Karok, he explores Maze Island, finds the flute, and the child. The child leads to a potential another spell, which...
Could be fairy at this point.
Exactly.
I'm seriously thinking it should be fairy at the rate we're going. We're running out of things for it.
I need to look at their spell books. I think we have Shield, Spell, which would be a complete troll if it's Spell.
Oh my god. We haven't even seen New Kasuto yet.
That's exactly why. Because New Kasuto could be Hammer Block, which seems to be the issue. And if Spell is behind the child, then I believe it's a 50-50 shot for the trophy being fairy or Shield.
Yeah. We are missing spell, shield, and fairy. Alright, Shatty is gonna be about to find the child here, if I remember correctly. Yep.
You do remember correctly.
I just remember that Jay found the child first and Flute second. Flute is also in here somewhere.
Yeah, the flute's not very far away. It should be down the next path to the left.
Oh, right there.
Excuse me, to the
right.
right.
There.
I'll get my directions eventually sorted out.
Eventually. Oh, Dr. J taking Saria as a pass-through instead to get back to the south for whichever reason. Okay.
So, Dr. J at this point needs to turn in the child. Shatty needs to stop this madness of going right out of the Northern Palace. He needs
to go left and take the first turn. Unfortunately, he's going right. Again.
So, Shatty is just voyaging east to the place he has no business being.
The thing is, when is he gonna remember Mido, if ever?
Trails, help me out here. Why does child equal fairy? Because I did not see a hint. So I'm not following the logic that Trails has.
Have we got any locations left for the any key?
There's palaces, one item cave in the east, any multitude of hammer-blocked caves. I've yet to see Trophy Cave, for example, which I believe is hammer-blocked.
Right, but we don't have a hammer either. How many item locations can we currently access that could be hammer or...
Eastern Cave.
This-
Palaces...
Aren't palaces key-locked, though?
For the most part, yes. So Shatty's just pissing into the wind at this point.
Right, because the thing is, we do need to find fairy or the any key to put palaces in, but if child doesn't lead to fairy, then where's the any key? Because we are running out of places for them.
Here's where the logic fails.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, never mind. So Shetty got fairy out of Darunia, so that solves it.
Yeah, here's the problem. The medicine was in Palace 2.
Yes.
Which means the runners were meant to find that after Fairy.
Yes.
So the child was meant to be found in Maze Island before the medicine in Palace 2, by the logic of the seed. So... I don't know how that relates to either the hammer or the key, but something tells
Fairy does put... I get the feeling
well,
there.
yeah, once you make the trip all the way over to... Maze Island... Oh, that's brutal. The game actually wanted you to double dip Maze Island.
Correct.
Oh, ouch.
Also, Jay, where are you going? You need to turn in your child right now.
Alright, well, Shatty looks to be having a go at Horsehead in Palace 1, so we should have our palaces closed out within, the next couple moments. Shatty, at about 53 minutes in, going to dunk his first crystal.
They get about 700 points out of it, and like 600 points out of this, so not too bad. Well, 700 counting Horsehead, so not too bad.
Yeah, the experience from Horsehead had no chance of getting him what we like to refer to as a double level up.
Yeah, no. No such luck. Also, Dr. J, please go turn in your child. He's just wandering around the West now. Giving time back to Shetty.
This is one of those unfortunate occurrences where the runner is being told to do one very specific thing by the seed, and the runner just doesn't seem to get it.
No.
Shatty is remembering his upstab, so that's going to help him out. However, Dr. J has gone off the rails and probably going to head off to Maze Island, which is foolish.
He's right by Darunia. He should be able to pick it up here. Yep, he's getting Fairy and upstab, I think. Yeah, this should be it. Okay, thank you. Dr. J's gotten, hopefully, back on track. Is going to be picking up Fairy here shortly.
Well, I think Dr. J, no matter what he does here, he's going to have to end up in Maze Island and Palace 4. That's going to be his next move. He'll get Fairy.
Rico, he's going to get Fairy, and he's going to be able to... I think he picked up Downstab already. He should be able to complete the game at this point, so...
Shatty's the one without Downstab because he's failed to actually go into the town with Downstab.
And his Reflect. But that Fairy there for Dr. J, just under 55 minutes, is go mode.
I guess the question is, where exactly are we going, aside from around in circles?
Three-Eyed Rock, apparently.
Alright, so Dr. J is about to find the bad news that the flute leads him to Great Palace. Dr. J
has not seen P5 yet. P5 is in the Valley of... It's in the Valley of Death, so he knows that, actually.
Well, yeah, for Dr. J, it would have been a 50-50 between Palace 5 and
GP.
Great Palace. Unfortunately for us, we already know a little bit more than what each individual runner knows. Yeah. So, by what we have available to us, we knew it was Great Palace.
Indeed.
So, Shatty looks to be going into Palace 2.
That is correct. This darkish medium blue palace is indeed P2. I write down palace color so it's easier to distinguish rather than trying to find a pillar.
Both runners have upstab. However, Shatty does not have downstab.
Or reflect, because he seems to have forgotten that town exists.
After walking right past and just going, nah. Not my cup of tea.
Yep, So, Mido, which has both downstab and his reflect, which is his go mode, is first turn on the left from the start. And he skipped it for ages for starters, and then when he finally found it, proceeded to get the glove and leave. Did not check the town for who knows what reason.
He up and age like I figured he exactly was gonna do. I'm going, wait a second. He's gonna find the glove, think it leads to something, and just leave. Completely forego the town that's right outside of the jump cave.
Just gets the item, forgets the town, and probably assumes he's checked it.
That may well be the case. Oh, Shatty, unfortunately, not able to cast Fairy twice, so going to have to commit a very remorseful seppuku here, and no way to do it except death by 1,000 spike.
Oh my god, this feels bad. Yeah, exactly, Rocky. He is gonna last location that town to heck, probably.
But it's just an avoidable error because SADs. It's like I would rather just kind of poke my head into a town and go, oh, yeah, it's that one. Okay. Just in case. Because unless he mistakes it for, oh, at least kill one of these Iron Knuckles and let the other one finish you off. Oh, Shatty, now you're going to have to fight both of them. But he will find the item in P2.
Whatever this is, unfortunately we know it's not going to be helpful.
Well, at this point, it could be the hammer.
Unfortunately, his hammer would just send him off in even more bad spots.
Well, the boots or the hammer would do exactly that. What I'm actually hoping for is that it's the key of all things.
His best choice, his best thing would be the key. There's fire for Jay.
So Jay should test fire. Oh, doesn't even bother testing fire, but
He has everything he needs. I don't know. For all he knows, it's cheap thunder, so this is interesting.
Oh, Shatty, up and A-ing, not even going to take a death. Dr. J
is thinking about where to go next.
Turn in the child. So now, what I would do is go, alright, I can get to Maze Island, I've been there, I can finish Palace 4, I have Fairy, I can fish the item out of Palace.
Rico J has every spell and item needed for the game.
Oh, he does?
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
He's
he
had
does
it since you got Fairy.
Yeah, okay.
Fairy was his go mode about 5 minutes ago. By the way, happy 1 hour.
Yeah, happy 1 hour to you too. Hopefully we're not here for another one.
I think Jay can clear his remaining palaces in the next hour.
Alright, so I think I've successfully achieved 0 IQ from doing the commentary of this run. This is a rare state of being for me, but it's almost like a euphoric state where I'm just like, fuck it. Throw everything to the wind, you know, because, you know, why not?
Alright, Jay is probably still trying to find keys, I'd assume.
Well, he might be able to catch Fairy twice.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting 3 casts of Fairy on a full magic bar. So
I think he has 5 bars, and I think it cost, which is 80 health, and I think it cost him 23. If I saw that right. So yeah, 23. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, 3 casts per full bar. Not bad.
Oh, if he found another magic jar on Magic 6, that would actually give him 4 casts. If I do my math correctly, I believe it would be 92.
23 times 4 is indeed 92. At least her math hasn't completely failed.
Well, that I can do in my sleep. As hell, dealing a table, I'm half dead to begin with. But it's like, oh, yep. Okay, this pays that, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if Jay Coper were casting, I think we'd actually be hearing him just snore. Like, he would just be completely passed out. Dr. J finding what I believe to be the trophy.
Yeah.
So a complete non-useful item for Dr. J.
Yep, he knows it's completely dead today.
It might help him, but Dr. J just, you know, fuck this, I'm gonna use Thunder. Get me out of this room.
He just wants to finish the seed.
I think both he and I share this sentiment, as Dr. J picks up
an extra key.
an extra key that he needs. or he
Yeah,
feels
but
he needs.
yeah, because he only has so much magic. Speaking of, okay, gets the jump. Took a couple tries.
Well, I don't think he can cast Fairy again unless he picks up a jar as a drop. Blue
I
or
don't
red.
know. He's a little short, I think. One bar is 16 and he's got a bit extra, but I don't think he has enough, and I think he just realized.
Well, he had the key, but I guess he's decided that isn't going to help him any in his current situation, so Shatty's found his way to Helmet Head. So after an hour and 5 minutes, I can't even get my time units correct anymore. That's how far gone I am. I am just, please beam me back to the mothership. Wake me up from this nightmare. Alright, Shatty making the first good play that he has made. Almost.
Nope.
Baiting
Nope.
me.
He's
He could have picked
just-
up that 182 experience to double level off of Helmet Head. Shatty just said, nope, I'm going to opt out of that, keep my shitty levels, pick up
which
attack
is
4 and move on.
445. Yeah, 445 is kind of low for an hour in. Hey, at least you're awake. As we said earlier, Jake Hopper is pooped. We asked if he wanted to interview come, and he's like, I'm falling asleep in my chair. Probably not.
Well, this would have finished him off for certain, but, Shatty's back into P2 with a vengeance. Gonna go item hunting as Dr. J has found himself a Rebanak.
Indeed, and the sad thing is for Shatty, he can hit go mode. He just has no idea where Fido is. And I do mean it. He has no idea.
Well, he knows where it is. He walked right past it.
He just doesn't know which
literally
way to...
just walked right past it and went, alright, I'm going to go into the cave where the glove is. I'm going to get the glove. I'm going to up an A and forget this whole area of the map even exists.
Pretty much.
And, that's fundamentally going to be his downfall. So, ripperoni to that for Shatty, but, it feels like we're playing Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and you end up getting one of the first clues wrong, and you end up wasting all kinds of time, and then you realize, oh, I got it wrong. I have to go back to where I was at the start and try again.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh. Alright. So it feels like Shatty is, found the vile henchman and is on the right track to, taking the L.
Also, Jay, where are you going? There's no palace up here. Oh, there is, actually. I think I might have gotten mixed up. Which palace is this again? Oh, P2 He finished this earlier? Question mark?
Well, the question mark is... item? Neither Shatty nor Dr. J fished out the item. And it's a magic jar.
Does he not realize that he's in go mode? I don't understand digging out a palace you've already completed? And he's in go mode?
He may not actually realize he's in go mode. He may think he wants the key or needs the hammer, which is an untrue statement. Spectacle Rock, for all we know, the hammer is at best a wild goose chase waiting to happen. Because the best it can get you is the boots, which we don't need, or the key,
Yeah.
which you shouldn't need, because at this point, Dr. J is going to fish out the item, have 6 blocks of magic, which gives him 4 casts of fairy per life, which is about 2 more than you realistically should ever need in the first place.
Yep. And plenty of wiggle room to spare, too.
Unfortunately, I want to try to point these things out to less experienced runners. It may sound like I'm trying to be savage, but there's a point at which enough's enough. And, even I kind of get frustrated where it's like, okay, the seed is telling you, do this thing, and the runner just refuses to do it.
Yep,
Which
goes
drives
into
me up the wall.
palaces. Yeah, goes into palaces with no logical way whatsoever of doing much of anything in them. Fairy spell that was Jay's go mode, now that he apparently knows it.
So, at this point, Dr. J legitimately should be ignoring.
Items.
Oh,
He completed this already. He completed this a long while ago. What are you doing? Like, this was the first palace he did. Like,
yeah, but he
40
never got
minutes
the
ago.
item out of it.
No, but he doesn't need the item.
Well, it'll help him because
It
it's a
will,
magic jar.
It will help him, but he is also wasting a good few minutes on this.
With a good few minutes being wasted, I mean, to be honest, if this were a top-tier runner, I think we'd probably be in Great Palace at this point. Because the runners would have taken what was given to them, and we wouldn't be in this situation with these runners right now. I mean, I would probably expect a dot done within the next couple minutes if we were looking at, the runners that are typically featured in the weekly races.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Shatty has made one very major fuck up, and that, he went past Mito, never went in there, so doesn't have Reflect, doesn't have Downstab, and, he's screwed himself because he just, for whatever reason, opted out of going into a town that he needs to have any shot at beating Palace 3, 4, and 6. So Shatty's go mode is entirely hinged on going back to the Western continent, and Shatty just realized, yeah, that's a Rebanak, and I have no chance at beating it. Because I don't have Downstab.
That is correct.
You can hit Rebanak on the horse without Downstab. However, I do not believe Shatty has the knowledge of how to do it.
He's fairly new, so I wouldn't expect it, and it looks like he doesn't know it.
So, that's why he just, opted out of fighting Rebanak there. He does not have Downstab.
Yep.
It's just an unfortunate circumstance, but I'm peeking over at Dr. J's tracker because I couldn't remember what the item in Palace 3 was, and it's the trophy, which is a wild goose chase for a spell that will lead to nothing. Either the spell or shield, as Dr. J has a date with Barba.
Indeed, and it's not. It also takes even more time just to turn in the trophy because it's in the northern half of the. Because Naruto's in the northern half of the Western continent. It's not the easiest of places to get back to.
Well, the way this has all been fucked up, Shatty might actually happen upon the trophy accidentally, And if I remember correctly, Palace 3, the item room is to the right, not the left.
That is correct.
So Shatty might actually get the trophy and decide, oh, that town I went past, where I would turn in the medicine normally, maybe he accidentally thinks that, well, I haven't found that town, so maybe that's where I go to turn in the trophy? And then, oops, I accidentally have Go Mode now.
We need him to go back to Mido if he's to have any chance of hitting Go Mode. Unfortunately, he's quite behind, but it feels bad when he doesn't even know where his Go Mode is.
Well, he does. He just forgot it's there.
There
is a difference between, it's just in a part of the map that he has failed to explore, and...
Oh, he's explored the map plenty, just not the part of the map he needs to explore.
Shatty kind of made a minor mistake there, but, you can actually just break the one brick. So, looks like Shatty's gonna have a go at Rebanak. So let's see if he knows how to play whack-a-mole here without having the rubber mallet to play whack-a-mole with. Ooh, okay. Shatty's got a shot at this.
That's a no, apparently.
Well, that first hit looked good. He's just got to do the first hit a couple more times and he should be good to go, but, ugh.
Yeah, also, Jay failing a counter skip a few times does not appear to know Fairy Feet and is just going to do it the usual way.
Well, Fairy Feet is a very difficult trick to pull off. You have to basically, at the last pixel where the fairy would screen transition, change your input from left to right or right to left.
Indeed, although he is now back in P5, can complete this, and then has to go to Maze Island to finish P4 and go off to the southeast, and then go off to and then go somewhere along the coast for EP1, and then go off to 3 Island.
Alright. There is some hope yet. Shatty has up an aid.
Nope, he's going right. Nope, that's
50-50 chance to guess the right direction. Shatty has failed. The correct answer is, in fact, left. But
left
Shatty
and take the first turn.
Right.
Yep. It is to go left and take the first turn, because there are two, effectively. You can take... The second one takes you to Death Mountain, and the second one takes you to a dead end in Death Mountain in the northern half of the continent. The first turn takes you to Go Mode.
Alright, so Shatty's probably going to check the River Devil at this point. Maze Island won't do him any good.
Nope.
Because we need Reflect, and, well, I think we've beat that horse to death.
I do believe so.
The point that the horse has respawned and game overed a couple times now. So, I just am completely confused with Shatty's play right now.
Oh my goodness, he's seen the town. He never went in, and he's been here already. That River Devil was completely useless today.
Well,
he spent several minutes wandering around this river.
Poke your head in there. Maybe you find like the any key in this. What could be an item cave.
Yeah, no. He wandered around that river there for several minutes earlier in the run, so yeah, it does unfortunately happen as wah wah wah. as it is for us all. It happens, unfortunately. He's done pretty well, actually. He's done reasonably considering how considering he forgot the town. He's done pretty well. Unfortunately, he forgot the town.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate for Shatty, but you know, Dr. J, you know, into another palace trying to, you know, make do with what he's got. Dr. J can complete the game, has pretty decent levels at this point as well.
677, yeah. So yeah, it looks like unfortunately Shetty is gone back to wandering the overworld looking for item caves, it seems. Might try digging P4 out for the
Well,
item
he's gonna go
here.
into Maze Island, because I don't think he remembers the palace that was in here. So he's gonna be reminded that it's Palace 4, and unfortunately, he's lacking Reflect, so it'll be a double up in A once he finds the floating Moa.
Nope, he's continuing. He wants the
okay.
item out of here. He wants the item.
Alright, so we're gonna fetch the item out of P4. Nope, that's an up and A. He's opted out.
He's going back in. Okay.
Alright, so he's gonna go back in just to do the same thing?
Apparently, I'm not sure what was that up and A. Maybe thought about going out, but decided to change his mind again here. Unfortunately, we know that even if this is a nothing he can find here would be helpful.
The any key is the only thing that could possibly help him, but boots are fundamentally useless. The hammer will only lead to a trail of tears, as nothing he could find will help him. It would be 1-up, P-bag, heart container,
maybe a magic jar,
1-up doll. You know, it's all garbage.
All kinds of junk.
Yeah. So I think Shatty's resigned himself to the fact that he's going to have to take a leap of faith. Fire doesn't help you. Yeah.
No.
Have to get
it doesn't.
Butt by, so a little butt touch there from our Wizrobes on to Shatty. It looks like Shatty only has 2 casts of Fairy, and he'll double that if he gets Magic 6 to 4.
Yeah. Okay, also, yeah, Chad didn't have any magic to cast with that, so he up and A down. Okay. Huh. Right. Faye is trying to find his way to Guma now. Well, has been for a bit. This P5 is being P5.
That wasn't the boss room?
Jay thinks it. Okay, Jay's going back. I was like, that might just be the boss room there.
Oh, okay, there's an enemy. It can't be the boss room. Oh, Eco Key room. Okay. I am just... I am dumbfounded, I am baffled, I am just completely lost at what to do here. Just, oh my god. This is,
This is unfortunately one of those races where one runner makes a mistake. I can see how he made it, but unfortunately it's costing him any chance he might have had of winning this. He was first to the medicine by a good bit. He just has no idea. He's just forgotten the talent he needs to turn it in.
Oh, Shatty got Doom Knockered right before the item.
Oh, does it happen? Yes, I've seen it happen. It's just unfortunate for Shatty.
Oh, and it's the boots, which will do nothing to help him.
It'll help him get out of it. It won't even help him get out of here, really.
Well, by that little bit, I mean, he, saved himself 10 tiles worth of, movement.
Walking.
Now he's got access to the little river where, he can go just about anywhere on the continent at this point. But
it's not helping him.
What does it unlock? The water tile? Which gonna get him what exactly?
What we listed off earlier.
Yeah, nothing. Exactly. At this point, everything is either the any key, which is the only thing that could potentially, Alright, water tile, Shatty, do it. Committed to it. You got the boots. Get in there. Take the plunge. Alright, there we go. Alright. So, we have we have New Kasudo. We have I have to go downstairs. I need to go down to the gun cave. I have to figure out, I need to make the decision of handgun, shotgun, or just, load up the rocket launcher and say, all right, I don't want to live in this world anymore. And, oh my god. Like, I mean, if I might be able to paint, like, one of the walls with my brains, but if I use the rocket launcher, I might be able to get, like, the whole room in one shot. So, oh, man. This is just, brutal.
Yeah, although, yeah, I see the improv as a point. You're pushing it a bit, Frigo, but... I don't know. I just noticed something that for some reason we are... I don't... okay, apparently Shetty has not marked his medicine on his tracker. He's marked 8 magic containers instead.
Thankfully, for you, Seed Improv, I don't give a shit about what you think. Have a nice day.
Okay, is he actually gonna head back there?
Alright, we've found a different direction other than east. So, this might lead Shatty to the eventual correct part of the map. Alright.
Maybe.
No.
Hopefully.
Oh, we need to go right on Shatty's pad here.
He's heading east again. No.
Alright, so Boulder Blocked Cave, which could be, an item. So the hammer's just kind of out and about. I think it's the second item cave in the east, or...
Oh, is he heading back west? Nope. Okay, where is he going? He's...
Alright. Warmer.
Okay. No,
warmer.
Is he...
No, colder. No. Cold.
No.
Colder.
No.
Colder.
No.
Ice cold. Ooh, getting warmer.
Okay, we're just hoping poor Shetty finally manages to find Rhino here. No! He's heading north! He's heading north!
Oh, he's gonna end up in the pass-through to Death Mountain. Up by,
This is his... Yeah.
the other Saria. Oh, he was so close. So close.
So close, yet so far.
Alright, this is just endless swamp. There's nothing over here except a corner tile.
Nope, it's the biggest swamp I've ever seen. Not kidding, this is enormous, but
really hope Shatty just starts going into towns at this point.
he needs to.
That's the only way he's going to have, any shot at getting back into this race. Because he needs to find the town that he's walked right past. Forgot to go into.
He walked past it to get here too. Not directly, he couldn't see it, but it was right there.
Alright, wait a second. Did Shatty actually somehow beat that Rebanak, or did he opt out of Palace 3?
I can't tell because he's bad at marking his personal tracker. I know for a fact he beat Helmet Head, and that's not marked on his personal tracker.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think he was up against Rebanak.
I can't remember if he beat Rebanak.
Alright, he's found another town. This is the backside of Saria.
Oh, he opted out of Rebanak? I figured, because he was not having a good time with it. In all honesty,
he tried to joust Rebanak, and it just didn't work.
You're all good, Shira. Thank you for helping us track. And also for restreaming us. Thanks a lot for that. Seriously, thanks for restreaming, Shiro.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Shatty just died a whole bunch of times, game overed, and then, went, alright, this is not the correct answer. I am not able to joust Rebanak with a sword.
Yeah.
I believe Fire Emblem games taught us that the lance has advantage over the sword, and that is...
that is the case here. You need downstab to beat Rebanak.
Well, you don't need it. It's just, unfortunately for Shatty, he is not able to execute. Alright, Shatty has checked another town, and on his camera, he is now visibly distraught.
Yeah.
He cannot remember that he went past the town that he needs to go to and never poked his head inside of it. So it is a town on the Western continent that he needs. One thing that, if Shatty learns anything from this, the medicine is always turned into the same town, and the towns are not randomized between the West Coast and East Coast of Hyrule. So Saria will always be on the Western continent, both parts of it, as well as the 3 other towns that are on the Western continent.
Which are Rauru, Rudo, and Mido. Mido being the one he has managed to completely forget.
Yeah, so there's 5 town tiles on the Western continent. 2 Saria and the other towns. So I think Shatty has made the mistake of, I've seen 4 town tiles, so I've found all 4 towns on the Western continent. Except that he went right past the town of Mido when he got his hammer, and has just completely forgotten about it.
Yeah, I think Dr. J might have forgotten where P1 is, it looks like. It's down here on the coast somewhere, I guess. Yeah, that's about as good as I've got it. It's been a while since we last saw it.
Well, Shatty is now headed toward Maze Island area again.
Yeah, we just suspect Shatty has completely and totally 100% forgotten Mido. Dr. J, you still need to beat P1 and P4.
See, the problem is, Shatty has a 0% chance of finding a Western Continent town on the Eastern Continent.
Also that. Okay, and I see P1 now. It's just above J.
So
He has not been inside Mido, no, Trails. He walked right past it on his way to his glove, did not step foot in it, has not stepped foot in it ever. He knows that he should know there's a town tile there. He has no clue. He doesn't know it's Mido.
the cave that the glove was in was literally on the same screen as Mido, which
Even if
is what is so unfortunate about this, as Shatty has just completely forgotten that he walked one tile away from the town that he needs to go to. Oh, that was a... just walk around the encounter tile. There you go, Shatty. But this is just going to lead, nowhere, as Shatty continues exploring the Eastern Continent for something that's unfortunately going to be found on the West.
Indeed. Alright, Jay is... I'm not sure what Jay's doing. He's been to P1. He picked the medicine, got the medicine out of there over an hour ago. The thing is, I think he might have forgotten where that was after an hour.
Well, Dr. J has to go to Maze Island, because that was
He
Palette
does.
4.
He knows where that is. I think he forgot P1 though, and I honestly, I thought I saw it up here, but I could be wrong. I think it was near 8. I think it was on the southern coast, but it could have gotten the coast mixed up with a river. P1 exists. It's in the east, and Jay seems to have forgotten about it.
Well, that is unfortunate, but, So Trails is telling us that it is next to the Raptile, northwest of Three-Eyed Rock, at the beginning of the Eastern Continent. So Dr. J just went right past it, it seems.
Might be, yeah. Because
that's P5 for Shatty, the Valley of Death, which is the only palace that Shatty has a chance of completing, as he's fundamentally locked out of 3, 4, and 6 for lack of going into Mido, which will net him the downstab to complete 3 and 6, and the Reflect to finish 4.
yeah.
So Shatty's going, alright, yeah, I already got upstabs, so nothing for me to do here in this town. Shatty looks like he's going to have a go at P5.
He can clear this.
This is the only palace that Shatty has the tools available to him to complete it.
Alright. Also, alright, see you, my steal. Good luck.
Yeah, I think we're getting to the point where Eat My Steel and... Let's see, who do we have? Eat My Steel is taking on...
He said Z1
Vent Blast
also.
2, I believe. Well, there was another race that was scheduled after this for Z2R.
There is Buzz Thunder versus Victor.
Ah, Victor Santa Fe and Buzz Thunder. Okay. So...
Heat My Steel is in this turn. He will be racing, just not right now. Yeah, Shiro, we are not finishing in 20 minutes.
Yeah, this is, yeah, I think the 11, or the 12 o'clock race,
It's gonna have to be on 2, because, we're not...
oh, yeah, this, might take a while.
Yeah, because Jay has forgotten about P1, and Shatty has forgotten about Mido.
So, Shatty is doing the one thing that he can right now, aside from go to Mido, which is, you know, if I could, you know, channel my Obi-Wan Kenobi and say, you must go to the Dagobah system, as Dr. J finds Palace 1.
Hey, was he just... Chat is saying he was just trying to get levels? Perhaps, but, he can get his remaining 2 levels from beating his remaining 2 palaces. Also, he just left P1? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Alright, if Dr. J opens his inventory, we can see how many crystals he'll have left.
He has 2. He is not beaten P4, he is not beaten P1. He is at 778.
I'm a little surprised that he's failed to defeat Palace 1, especially since he got the trophy out of there. Or excuse me, no, that was the medicine. So that's why I want him to hopefully open up his inventory. If he has 1 crystal left, then it is definitely Maze Island that he needs to go to, and I think he's completely forgotten where it was.
He clearly... His personal tracker, is, to the best of my knowledge, has been pretty up-to-date.
Alright, so Shatty's found an item in Palace 5. I have no idea what it was. Nor
I have
do I
no
think
idea
I care,
either, and
because it
he
doesn't
sucks
help.
at tracking himself, so...
Let's see, what do we have here?
Oh, P-Bag, thanks. Right, we did see this earlier
Right.
from Jay.
Dr. J is on the
not...
right track to find his way over to Maze Island.
Yeah, he has P1 marked as unfinished. I have no idea why he didn't just go and beat it there.
Well, alright, he does have 2 crystals left.
Yeah.
Looked like he had 1 extra guy, and that is Maze Island. Go. Maze Island. Maze Island. Down. Down. No, the other down. Other down.
Jay,
the other down.
where...
Yeah, that down, Doctor. There we go. That down.
I'm confused by Jay, I'll be quite frank.
Alright, that is the correct down.
Please, does he... just... Why? He's at 778.
Did it!
Please. Just please put us all out of your misery and go complete this game.
Alright, Dr. J has refound Palace 4.
Thank you.
And unfortunately, he seems to be, for whatever reason, married to being halfway to a level up, although dunking this gem will serve the same purpose as having
3,000 more points.
Yeah. So he could have up and A'd at the beginning of this palace with complete impunity. Dr. J, you wanted to actually, you know, Ducky go down the hole there instead of... follow this. Karok usually likes to hide in the basement.
He'll get there eventually.
So I'm pretty sure Dr. J knows that this room is a go-nowhere room. Ooh, using fairy, saving himself.
Okay, he knows he's turning around, thank you. Or no, nope. He's going right back.
What did I get myself into?
I have no... Oh, he might have been hunting for a key. Just keep in mind that he is still trying to manage magic and keys.
True. Alright, so the red jar was kind of like a bailout package for him. Oh boy. Alright, so Dr. J, that is not the correct direction. Gonna find another dead-end room at the end of this screen.
While we're at it, though, shoutouts to my co-com Freako, to our runners who are at least who are doing their best. They are doing their best. It is being an exercise in frustration for us to watch, but they are trying their best to finish the seed. And to my and to our tracker and restreamer Shiro, thank you for putting up with us, Shiro. This is something.
Yay. Yeah, this hopefully will be a learning experience for both Dr. J and Shatty if they, look back at the VOD and through the savage treatment that I've given them, unfortunately, hopefully they will learn something.
Yeah, We've been blasting them quite hard for their plays, but this has just been incredibly unfortunate to watch both runners turn what could have been a pretty fast seed into a 2-hour seed.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate, but, Dr. J, so far, finding all of the dead-end rooms, the P-bags at the end of them, so he might get a double level up with a palace to go, be on 888, and burn his last gem because he won't have another level to actually get. Which...
Yeah, it's just unfortunate when a runner gets into the kind of situation poor Shatty's found himself in. No way around it, it's just unfortunate.
Well, Shatty's problem is he's looking on the eastern continent for something that's on the west.
Indeed. And he's just finished the one and only palace he can currently do.
So Shatty will have defeated Boss Guma, so now behind one crystal and locating Mito for Go Mode. Dr. J is in Go Mode. So for Dr. J, he just needs to find Karok and he can be done with.
Yeah, I mean, if Jay really wants 888, I mean, sure. If he's just having fun, then kudos to him. Shell's explaining a bit, that makes sense. He actually hasn't seemed to be particularly annoyed at the seed. We can see his face cam, and he's just kind of plugging along. Shatty, on the other hand, is definitely not having a good time.
Yeah, Shatty is hunched forward and, having the posture of somebody who is just tilted out of their mind. And
basically.
Again, Shatty going to the eastern continent, hoping to find something that can only be found on the western continent.
Yep, he's gonna wander he's gonna wander high roads to the end of time apparently today.
I wouldn't mind it so much if Dr. J were to have finished this seed in what I think a timely manner would have been, which, I'm not going to say, Trails Rose City Saint. No, Trails, there is another Eastern teabag cave that has not been revealed to us.
Yeah.
So the hammer or the key could be in either of those. But Dr. J has found Karok and about to scrub one of the 2 remaining palaces off his laundry list.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Jay has finally found Karok and is about to dump his second to last gem.
Well, Jay might just realize that he's going to have 888,
No. Jay?
What face?
Jay, what in the world?
Palefish? Not like this? Dan's game?
He knows where P4 is. And not P4, P1 is. He's seen it. I hope his brain isn't fried after 2 hours and he still remembers the place, because he just walked right out of it for some reason. He walked in, took a look, and said, nope.
Dr. J could find as an item that is of any benefit to him is a heart
container. Yeah. And is a heart container worth it when you're on 788?
Apparently, he may think he needs it. Well, Shatty's just found something. Because he's found a P-bag cave. So, Shatty has written that down. So, I think Shatty has the key at this point. Because P6 apparently has the hammer, which means the cave was the only other thing of value. Alright, Shatty is almost headed in the right... Alright, Warmer. Alright, so Shatty has the key. Alright, Warmer.
Okay, Shatty does have the key, alright.
Holder.
Alright.
No!
Nope.
Nope. No, no!
No.
No! Right!
That's a...
Right!
That's one giant no.
Other left!
I'm sorry that the viewers have to listen to this, but this is just... Oh, no. We've been just facepalming for the last hour and a half at least.
This is why cartography is something that they should teach.
Yeah.
Dr. J, I think, has opted out of Palace 1.
And is gonna go check the water tile, which is another magic jar
Final
he
magic
definitely
jar.
doesn't need.
Well, I mean, he could have Thunder, Reflect, Shield. I don't think he has Shield yet, though.
He doesn't.
So Thunder, Reflect, Life. Possibly 2 casts of Life for the Thunderbird.
Yeah, he has all the wiggle room he could possibly want. He just needs to get back to P1. Which he is not doing.
Once we find New Kasuto, we'd need the hammer for it. But once we get that... this has to be like a secret hundo race, and I just, didn't know about it.
Because apparently Jay has committed to full 100%ing the game.
Alright, Shatty...
This guy is legitimately 100%ing the game.
Alright, Shatty, you have the thing from this palace. It is a magic jar.
You need to not be here.
Alright.
Yeah.
No, this isn't going to help him, because backside of Saria isn't going to help him.
Nope.
Going to Death Mountain isn't going to help him, because no hammer. So this cave over here is no value.
Yep, it just dumps him in Death Mountain without a hammer.
The only thing they could find is Spectacle Rock without a hammer that is of no
Use.
You know.
Anything.
Alright. No, Shatty has up and aid. No, the other left. Other left, Shatty. Other left.
Yeah, nope, he's...
Other left.
And he's now going back into P6.
Alright, so Shatty...
Oh yeah, no, Jay's enjoying this game. We're not sure what he's doing, but he is having fun.
Alright, so pop quiz for you. What guards the item room in P6?
A Ravenack?
Correct answer. What was Shatty unable to defeat in Palace 3?
A Ravenack!
Correct answer! So, Shatty has no business being in this palace.
None whatsoever.
At all. Because even if he can get to the hammer, it's not going to help him. Unfortunately for Shatty, he has missed one little area, and he keeps going into the pass-through cave to head up toward the backside of Saria. He needs to go back to where the hammer cave was, which is right above where that pass-through cave is that he's gone to about 5 times now.
Minimum, probably more.
Find, everything that Shatty needs is in that town.
Yes, his go mode is in that town. Once he goes there, he is in great shape.
Dr. J has decided that he wants to,
clear this game.
Well, no. Look at the color scheme and bricks of where Dr. J is.
This is P6.
Yes, it is. What do we know about P6 for Dr. J?
Pretty sure it has the hammer at this point.
Correct. What is of no value to Dr. J?
The hammer.
Alright, so neither of
has
these
been in
runners
go mode for an hour.
P6 at any point until Shatty finds Mito, and Dr. J just has zero business being in P6. He's already defeated Barba. The item will not help him.
Nope. He has been in go mode for an actual hour at this point. He hit go mode just under 55 minutes. It is now 1 hour and 56 minutes. I'm assuming he just wants to 100% the seed at this point, which, okay.
Well, he may just end up doing exactly that. He made like 101% this seed, for all I know. Oh, Shatty has dismounted Rebenak, so...
Oh, nice!
Now Shatty only has to deal with the blue iron knuckle, which is no slouch, but unfortunately for Shatty, without downstab, he's going to have to play peekaboo with this thing, which is going to make this fight painful.
Yes, this is also his last life, I might note. If he fails, he's going to have to come back and dismount him again.
When you take the L to Rebenak, he gets back on his horse. So, unfortunately, Shatty is just going to... it feels like... This is a battle of the wills. I think once one of these runners got done, the other will immediately forfeit. And then we can reveal the meaning of life to these runners. But, you know, Shatty just seems to have forgotten where the town of Mito is. He walked right past it, but never entered it. He was literally one tile away from it.
Yep. And Jay is doing something. Or I'm just gonna assume he's 100%ing the game at this point. And well, he's having fun, at least based on his facial expressions. Poor Shatty is definitely not having fun, though. Oh, we know, Joshy, it just doesn't feel any good. Unfortunately, there's also not much to comment on beyond Jay 100%ing the seed and Shatty going in circles, cause, yeah.
Alright. Alright, so Shatty is somewhere else other than, you know, at the raft tile, so I took a minute to just kind of get up and, you know, just yell because I needed to do that. Dr. J, like, it seems to be like the same error in racer.exe. You know, Dr. J is just erroring on, I need the item in Palace 6, even though I'm in go mode, but just don't seem to know it.
Or if Shatty 100% the seed instead.
You know, error in, you know,
wrong turn, by the way.
Map.exe, you know.
Yeah. Jay has decided to 100% the seed. Shatty has brain farted.
Both of these runners have had medicine for about an hour and a half at this point, if not longer. They
Shatty,
found medicine straight away. All right, warmer, cold, colder.
Nope, he's not. He's heading up north again, I think.
Well, if Shatty heads up north from exactly where he was, Shatty would have been back in this race. Because Dr. J has just found the hammer, and now he's going to go...
Continue 100%ing the seed, apparently.
Sure, why not? Okay. Buckle your seatbelts. We're in for about a 3-hour run. Alright, Dr. J has found a heart container. So he is Palace 1 and a heart container away from hundoing this seed. Possibly even 101%ing this seed. Alright, tape number 2. Here we go. Actually, no, we won't find. Alright.
Technically, he needs the spell and shields to 100% the seed.
True, and I don't think he'll find either. Alright, Shatty has learned that going right out of the Northern Palace is not the correct answer.
I think he's finally gotten it into his brain at this point after 2 hours.
There's a little spot where you have failed to go to. Alright, warmer. Warmer.
Are you actually?
Hot.
Where are you going?
Alright.
Shatty's
hot. Getting hotter. Hotter.
Please.
Hotter.
Thank
Blazing
you.
Inferno. Blazing Inferno. Don't game over. Don't game over. Oh my god. Found it!
No.
Did it! And Shatty is just putting hands over his head and rejoiced that after 1 hour and 30 minutes, he has found the town that he has walked right past.
About a zillion times.
So, Shatty will now have Reflect, will now have downstab, will now be able to finish Palace's 3, 4, and 6. So the comeback is on.
It is.
Shatty
'cause Jay
now
has...
has the tools to win this race.
Yes, he does. His
So,
reaction for chat is that he threw his hands up in the air and is like, finally.
oh yeah, he put his hands over his head, sat back like this giant 50-pound weight that he's been carrying. Yeah, it was his eureka moment. Unfortunately, this eureka moment should have come an hour.
About 2 hours ago. Yeah.
You know, oh, so brutal. So
This has
Shatty's
just been-
now going to turn in his medicine, get reflect, and Shatty at 2 hours, 4
And
minutes,
4...
has
Flat.
achieved go mode.
Yeah.
Alright, you may now up an A.
And please put us all out of her misery. Please, just... Jay is really committed to 100%ing the seed, but just if he wants to do it, sure, fine. I'm just gonna
Alright,
accept that Jay wants to 100% the seed and run with it.
Dr. J
Shatty
is
is.
looking for something that he does not need, which is the magic key.
Yeah,
Like Dr. J is headed into Spectacle Rock at this point.
he is. He
It's
just
going
wants...
to be of 0 value to him.
Rico, I am running off the assumption Jay wants to 100% the seed, and that's just gonna be how he runs it. If that's what he wants to do, he can 100% the seed. Apparently.
Well, unfortunately for Jay, what he's actually doing is snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yes! He could have won
Because
this by a
It
mile!
was in Palace 1. It's on the Eastern Continent.
He literally
Alright,
set
Dr.
foot
J
in P1, looked
has
at
found the
P1,
spell spell.
and...
So, what I think Dr. J is looking for is the unfortunate fact that New Kasuto has the shield spell. And for whatever reason, Dr. J needs the shield spell.
probably wants to 100% this game. Seriously, he could have finished this half an hour ago.
About 45 minutes ago, to be honest with you. But Shatty
Probably,
is
actually.
now on his way to Barba, I believe. So Shatty should know that he's in go mode now that he has rediscovered...
Oh wait! Jay's back in P1. Thank you.
Alright, so Jay has somehow figured out that Palace 1 is what he's been looking for the last 45 minutes. So Shatty is working on Palace 6, heads east to finish 3 and 4, which he knows where they are.
Yes.
So, alright, Dr. J should be into Great Palace before Shatty. However,
If he continues 100%ing the game, he's not.
until should becomes is,
We still
I-
have something.
you know, I reserve the right to have Shatty, you know, just out of nowhere win this race. Because both runners, unfortunately, have not played this seed the way in which the seed has told the runners, okay, here's your next hint to go to this place. Shatty, for about an hour and a half, just completely airballed Mito.
Yeah, that's what
Dr. J has been similarly, although not as badly, resisted the urge to actually do what the seed is telling you to do. Dr. J went and found the hammer to absolutely no benefit whatsoever. So Shatty is headed into Barba, gonna have to be careful here. With attack 4, Shatty's gonna have a bit of a fight on his hands. Dr. J dunking the gem in P1, so no attack 9 for you, my friend. But now you can head straight over to Great Palace, which conveniently, right next door. Nice.
Yep. Alright, Jay is in GP 20830.
Alright, so Jay's gonna have 888, full magic, full health, and everything but shield. Dr. J should win this race, because even if you get completely, confused in Great Palace, I would say 5 to 7 minutes at most for Great Palace.
Yeah, there's only so many. You can only get so lost in GP, especially because he said 888 and all magic and all health. Because he decided to go and hunt down every heart container and magic jar in the game, apparently. At least.
So, it is possible that Dr. J ends up in some hellacious loop, but I mean, even if you go through literally every room of Great Palace, that should only take you 5 to 7 minutes. Shatty has completed 6. This is where he has to actually go to Palace 3. No, that's Northern Palace. Reset the encounters, alright. Off to Palace 3 you go. Head over to Maze Island, unfortunately.
He needs to go there to finish P4.
Yeah, well, P3 is on the Western continent, so he's going to go back there first.
Yeah.
And then head over to the east. As Shatty...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, as Shatty heads east, he's going to head back to Maze Island, knock out Palace 4, and then make his way off to Great Palace, which he knows is Three-Eyed Rock. So that Shatty has his game plan now that he's, done pissing in the wind and found Mito 10 minutes ago.
Yep.
Dr. J, did he just try to find a way around Thunderbird without actually fighting it?
Maybe?
But, this is... for Shatty, a seed like this is a learning experience.
It is. For all that we have been digging him for getting Mito for the longest time, he has done pretty well considering.
Stuff like this happens. I mean, I remember when I first started doing seeds, and if I could complete it, it was about 4 hours. Well, I completed seeds in one of two ways. Either my controller was inserted into my wall, or I beat Dark Link at the end of the seed, which was usually, when I first started, 3.5, 4 hours. So, I know where things were, but Dr. J up and A.
Apparently found a loop by the looks of his hand gesture there. He just made a circle with his hand. I'm assuming he thinks he found the loop and is going to up and A. Oh man.
Well, Thunderbird is required. This is not max rando. So I was watching Shatty while Dr. J wandered into Thunderbird's room. Thunderbird is lit up on the tracker, so it looks like Jay, yeah, trails, I guess, going for life 9, I guess, for Dr. J. But, yeah, looks like Thunderbird's out of there for Dr. J, so 888, pretty good level set to have a go at Thunderbird, as Shatty's about to pick up Palace 3, Rebanak's out of there. So I'm about ready to call it a comeback for Shatty. Now only Palace 4 remains.
I had to step away for a moment. Had to go to the bathroom after more than 2 hours of this.
Well, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I see Shatty finally beat P3. Thank you.
So 3's out of there, 6 is out of there. Shatty now has a good reason to head over to that raft tile, because now he's headed over to Maze Island and then back to Three-Eyed Rock to finish this out.
Yeah, he's actually done quite well cleaning up. He has not played poorly. In terms of his actual gameplay, it's been quite nice this seed, actually, especially considering he's quite new. It's just... his biggest problem was Mido. He's been playing great otherwise, it's just Mido happened.
Yeah. I mean, Shatty's not randomly dying to... oh, oops, I just got knocked into the lava. Oops, I just did this dumb thing. It was, that one little metal block where Shatty forgot. Well, unfortunately, he's forgotten where Maze Island is. He needed to go to the right.
West, yeah. Oh, to the east.
Well, I guess he can follow... Alright, no, this is okay. He can follow the water down to it instead of slogging through the swamp. This is actually not a bad play by Shatty, to be honest. So
no,
Shatty,
fine.
Alright, half dozen won the other, no real gain or loss there, but Shatty into Palace 4, with Reflect in tow this time.
Yes, having eventually remembered the location of Mido, is actually doing a quite nice job of cleaning up. It's still going to be a good 10 minutes behind Jay getting into GP, though.
Well, Jay has decided that the Eon drop is the correct answer. Which loops into the L7 drop. Dr. J, isn't this where he looped? I guess he went to the right and found a loop. But Shatty, straight away getting to Karok. So, I'm about ready to, queue up the first couple lines of Mama Said Knock You Out. Don't call it a comeback, but, I think Shatty wants to do exactly that and call it a comeback. That's all 6 gems placed. So to be about 218 for Shatty to make his way back to Great Palace. I actually expect him to up an A. He won't burn the gem. He'll get his attack 6. But he should up an A right now. Just up an A.
Yeah. It's his fastest way back, because GP is right by the eastern raft spot, and the western raft spot is right by start.
Going around the long way like this is not going to help Shatty, it's not going to do Shatty any favors.
No, he's gonna be about 10 minutes behind getting into GP, and there's only so much of the space Jay has left.
Well, I think Dr. J, was in a loop, and he's back into that same loop, so... maybe it's wishful thinking on, I'm all aboard the Shatty for 2020 comeback trail. at this point, because to persevere this long, I almost have to just root for it by default at this point. Dr. J has now just found Thunderbird's room again.
Yep.
So, going through 3 drops just to find himself... Oh no, Shatty looks... Hopefully he's not going back into Palace 1. Nope, wrong. Alright, encounter reset. Alright, fine. Call it the encounter reset. Looks like 3-eyed rock on Shatty's screen, target in sight. Let's go.
Alright, so Jay
Back
unloaded...
to the on drop.
Okay, Jay unloaded the berry at 2:18:30, so Shatty is 2:08:30. So Shatty is 10 minutes and 20 seconds behind going into GP.
Well, Dr. J has now looped himself because he's right back to where he was, taking the Eon drop, which leads to the L7 drop.
Which leads into the loop.
Well, this, I think, is the... Dr. J went left, which has a 0% chance of immediately getting you to a room where Dark Link is, because you have to go to the right. Shatty has found himself in the fairy room, it looks like. So Shatty has now found himself a date with Thunderbird. The TAC 6, this should be going okay. Oh, Dr. J is apparently stuck in a loop. So...
He is trying to figure out where to go, I think.
If Shatty can finish off Thunderbird... Oh, I am not a fan of jump strats because it actually makes it more difficult to hit the head of Thunderbird. Shatty had a very good pendulum going. No reason to cast jump from my point of view. The fireballs aren't going to help.
Nope. And Jay is just walking through the Thunderbird room, so these two could be pretty close, actually, depending on what route Shatty takes as long. Oh, that game over isn't helping.
No. But Shatty knows where he needs to be at this point.
Yes.
And Dr. J has looped himself.
Yep, that's a dead end. That's
3 times now? So Dr. J has to do something different.
He's gotten himself completely lost. I'm completely lost, so I can't help him.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are just, passengers on this ship. Dr. J needs to not take the Eon drop. Okay. Alright, now some semblance of potential normalcy can be restored to Dr. J as we find ourselves in a waffle room. So, Shatty... I really hope you don't oh, stop it with this jump. Stop. Like... See, the problem is Shatty has such a bad pattern for Thunderbird going up and down. Alright, Alright. Now Shatty has almost a perfect pendulum going. And you can just manipulate Thunderbird. Using jump is actually does not do Shatty any favors whatsoever. And I think he's better served using the magic on potentially casting life instead of jump. But, again, this is, outside opinion, Shatty's doing pretty good so far. Avoiding, trapping himself in a corner.
He is, although he's also down to no health, effectively.
Alright, block the fireball, that's good. So Reflect is helping him. Helping him big time. Alright, Shatty is through Thunderbird. So, if Shatty can recognize the loop, or just not take the Eon... Oh no. Dr. J's back into the loop. He's in the L7 room.
Oh no. Yeah, so Jay's going in circles, quite literally.
Alright, so Shatty's gonna find a dead end here. And then he'll take...
I think Jay just realized he pointed left and has realized he just went in a circle again.
Alright, so Shatty is surprisingly hot on the heels of Dr. J. Unfortunately, I think this is a little too late, as I think Dr. J has figured it out.
Trail says he thinks it has to be through the Eon drop. I've unfortunately gotten so lost I have no idea what the right route is.
Eon just leads to a loop. Because Eon goes to L7. L7 loops on itself. So Shatty's going to end up at the L7 drop side. So this room loops on itself, so now Shatty is forced to take another drop. So, if Shatty goes right, he loops.
Yeah, this is a loop. Jay knows...
So Shatty has to go left. Alright, so... oh boy. Alright, Dr. J has found himself into a screen I don't think we've seen.
No, this bridge is new, I think. Yeah, I think this bridge is a new one on us.
So Shatty's about to get the bad news.
He's stuck in the loop. Here it is. Here it is.
Alright. Darkling sighted. Target acquired. Oh boy.
Finally.
Alright, now. Alright, we need Dark Link to, or Dark Stalfos to just not troll at this point. Jumping onto Dr. J would be bad.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, Jay.
We're done. We're done. Yay.
Jay has finally finished the scene. 226 flat. Thank you for putting us all out of our misery.
Oh boy, Dr. J taking the win. As my COCOM star has pointed out, 226 flat, the official time. Shatty, I wish you luck. But I believe we may or may not be able to grab Dr. J, PhD, in for an interview. Oh boy.
Who even knows? He might just want a break at this point after this.
Well, looking at his cam, he looks like, yeah, I am just done with this. Get me out of here. I gotta go. Bye. It looks like he is reaching for his headset, so...
Okay, change his mind.
Coming on.
Alright, so hopefully we should get you in here. I'm in here shortly. Well, this was not one-sided because Jay decided on... Okay, yeah, so... Okay, sorry, I got slightly distracted. Okay, he's in the waiting room. We should have him up here shortly. Hey,
right.
Dr. J, hello, finally, GG.
Yeah. Finally. I swear that wasn't me just trying to 100% everything. I legitimately forgot I started with Thunder.
Oh my god.
Oh, Ripperoni.
Yep.
Well, your opponent
Okay.
forgot one minor little detail as well, but
Oh my.
slightly more critical than your error.
Did
You
did
forgot
Shatty at least find
thunder.
any key? Because I didn't.
Yes,
Found
you
it
did.
on the east somewhere.
It
Shetty had
was
a-
Somewhere.
6, I believe.
No,
Yeah.
6 was the hammer.
Oh, 6 was the hammer.
It was in like an item cave somewhere on the east.
Oh,
Not
right.
nowhere.
It was
second-
item cave.
The
okay.
second eastern item cave. That's right.
Yeah. No, Dr. J, what happened to Shetty is
Mito.
early in the yeah, Mito happened. Just
Oh.
so he took first off he forgot to check that area. Walked straight past it, didn't even find his glove for like 40 minutes. And when he did find his glove, walked right past the town. Didn't even walk in. Finally
I've-
found Mito again about an hour and a half later.
Oh, I've had seeds like that. And it's just. Ugh.
Yeah.
Also-
I would suggest either watching this back with the volume off, because there were points where I may or may not have been completely savage.
I'm sure we deserved it.
Yeah, it will be a learning experience, one way or another.
Oh my God.
Either learn I'm a complete asshole, which I wear that tag proudly right on my forehead. Yeah, I just
Yeah, we
am
were
who I
both
am,
kind of
you know.
asshole-ish to you guys because of
But
this.
there's a point at which watching,
This just goes wrong.
it's just like, all right, we know what you have to do, and then it's just like, do it, please do the thing the scene is telling you to do.
We couldn't. Jay, we didn't even realize that you'd forgotten you had thunder. We just thought you were 100%ing the game for the fun of it or something.
No, I mean, that's usually how I normally approach this. And it was just like, okay, we're not going to do it this time. And then, yeah.
Well,
How do you
I mean-
forget when it's on your spell menu?
once you have the
Yeah.
glove, Thunder, Reflect, and Fairy, you're effectively in go mode. Unless, well, the Raft is an obvious item as well.
Ah,
You don't need the Trophy Medicine or Child unless they specifically lead to Thunder or
Fairy-
Reflect, which the medicine did.
Yeah,
It
and-
looks like Shatty may have FF'd here.
Sorry,
I'm not-
sorry, I sent you to the wrong channel. Hopefully they ignored that. My bad.
okay.
Whoops.
Eh,
Yeah,
no
and,
problem,
and the
Shiro.
kid was the fairy block too. So
Yeah, but hey,
Oh, yeah,
Shady
so-
PGs.
But Thunder was just kind of out there for you. Yeah, it looks like Shatty has decided to forfeit this run. So hopefully we can get him in.
He's
and,
in here for an interview, Freako. GG's.
Oh boy!
GG's.
All right, so
GG's, Dr. J. Well done.
oh
thank
boy,
you.
do we have enough time tonight to discuss the things that may or may not have gone wrong for our runners? Oh boy!
Oh my god, we've been analyzing each of you, so
We certainly had enough time to
facepalm?
do it during the run, but
yeah, we did. We really.
yeah,
Um,
Dr. J had a minor issue of forgetting that he had Thunder after casting it a couple times early on to get some level, mind you.
This-
that
And
Oops.
pulling up his menu many times because he never found the any key, so was hurrying through every key door in existence. Never saw thunder, apparently, just forgot.
Yeah, usually
just
it's
kind of
hiding
blended
at the bottom of the spell book, not the top. So, yeah, stuff happens.
Yeah.
And you usually don't have enough to cast it at level 1 either.
Oh yeah, when I saw Thunder at 61, I'm like, all right, our runners should abuse this spell because they can
Mhm.
cast it and probably gain an early level just by casting it with the right enemies on the screen. It should pick you up 200-300 points, which immediately leads to an attack level or a magic level. I don't know what Thunder ended up costing at the end of the run. I didn't really even look.
I'm pretty sure it was still 61 at level 8.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
Okay.
I mean, it can potentially reduce down, but that's very low on the curve of what Thunder can actually cost, unless it's linked to Fire Jump this time.
Yeah.
But all the same, Dr. J, you did pick up the W. So for that, good luck going forward, 1-1. So I believe 2 more victories away from making your way into the bracket phase of the tournament.
Correct.
Yeah, a win is a win.
Yeah.
Shatty, unfortunately, with what was that, Mido?
Oh man, I almost quit when I saw it. I don't know how I missed it. I knew I was missing it. I knew I was missing it.
You
And
walked
then I
right
was like,
past
well-
it on your way to the glove.
I'm sure I did. I don't doubt it.
You were literally, on the tile next to Mito as you walked past the glove. I figured you were going to poke in there, see, okay, it's this town. All right, I don't have the medicine, I don't have fairy, blah, blah, blah. Then, unfortunately, I correctly predicted that you would up an A after you found the glove.
And just completely forget all about the town
And
sitting next to
that
that
was
cave.
exactly the point at which the wheels fell off for you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
For about an hour and a half. it felt
At least
like.
that wheel. Which wheel was that?
It's any consolation, GP was terrible.
Yeah, speaking of
Hugo.
wheels,
my God.
somebody looped around, what was it, 3 times, I think, in Great Palace? Before
I
you
think so, yeah.
figured out how to break the loop?
Yeah, and then it's just like, okay, is there literally no way I can go this way? No? Okay, let's try it again just to be sure.
God, you went in
I only
circles
quit
with GP
because
for
I'm not
ages.
sure where to go. I think I'm stuck.
Well, that's why I was like, okay, the Eon drop led to the L7 drop, which I think both of you found. Then, if you went right, that led you into the loop right after the L7 drop. I think you had to go left. If you could help me out a little, Dr. J. Because I was going back and
left.
forth.
Yeah, you go left, and then it's the bridge, and then I forget what the name of that one is. And if you keep going left, that's another loop that sends you back before T-Bird.
Oh, that's where I went.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's where I went for sure.
You guys both went in circles.
Yeah, when you have loops like that, it is not an easy, time of actually, all right, I've just looped around. Shit. What actually caused me to loop around? And then you have to go, okay, I do this, where can I do something else to break the loop? And you break the first loop by finding another loop. Oh, that is so savage. Oh,
It was. Yeah, like Dr. J, so Twitch chat can't see your face cams, but we've been able to see them the whole time, and we can just see you waving your finger in circles as you find all the loops.
It's just like, well, that's a loop. I'm not going to do that again. Oops.
Yeah.
Shatty
Also,
was actually, for how rough this race was, once Shatty rediscovered Mito, he was hot on your heels. He was probably a minute and a half behind before I think he found himself into that last loop that I believe, Shatty, you forfeited after finding yourself in that loop.
Yeah, I remember distinctly during, I think it might have been your last round with Thunderbird, or one of your last, because you did a couple rounds with it. One of your last rounds, Dr. J had just up and 8 out of yet another loop and was passing through the T-Bird room as you did T-Bird, which is kind of funny to see.
Yeah,
I'm shocked I was able to beat him at all.
for a brief moment, Shatty actually technically had the lead after defeating Thunderbird because Dr. J had just up an aid from being in a loop. So if Shatty found the correct way and didn't loop himself, Shatty did have one brief window where he could have stolen this game away.
Yeah.
So it was, through all the pain and suffering, there was still a chance that either one of you, after 2 hours and 20 minutes, could have won this race.
Yeah, like if Shatty, you took the correct turn and didn't end up in all the loops that Dr. J wound up in. Oh my, that GP looped around a lot though.
Just playing on the whole like always go right part of it, and not so much this time.
Nope.
Unfortunately, no. You are definitely going to have a much higher chance of success for finding either the Thunderbird or Darklink room if you go to the right, as there is a 0% chance you will find either room by going to the left. But sometimes you do have to go to the left to then be able to go right, which, navigating through the nonsense that can be Great Palace is not a skill easily mastered. To put it
And
bluntly.
especially when you get early T-Bird like that too. It's just like, oh, that could be easy, or oh fuck. None of it was.
Yeah, they're a drop. The worst thing that can happen to a runner is a drop after Thunderbird. Because then you can find yourself looped back into a room before Thunderbird, which unfortunately you have first-hand knowledge of. And then you're just like, well, shit, what do I do now? And it's, the problem is that this isn't Max Rando, so there's no way around Thunderbird. So you have to defeat Thunderbird to progress on to fight Dark Link. There is no way around Thunderbird in the logic. So that is something that perhaps you keep in the back of your head that, okay, if I loop, if I can find my way back to Thunderbird's room, this is where I know I'm on the right track. And then go from that point to, all right, how can I break the loop or avoid it entirely?
Mm-hmm.
So just, a little tidbit of wisdom for, the next rounds if you happen to encounter a similar situation. So you can learn a little bit going forward and hopefully...
Need more than a little bit.
Shatty, you did actually, so we wound up thinking you both quite hard as Jay appeared to be 100%ing the seed and you continue to not find light over an hour and a half. I think you both pretty hard for your respective brain parts, but you did play quite well. I will say that. You both played quite well, despite your respective brain parts.
Thank you. And thanks for the restream. And GG's, Dr. J. Well done. Good luck moving forward.
Yeah,
Alright.
hopefully.
Oh, go ahead, Star. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, sorry. Go ahead, Sharon here.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting the hook here, so...
I mean, I don't know how our two runners feel after that pretty long race. That was definitely something. I don't want you guys to feel like your misery is being extended. That was very rough.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, but no worries. GG's to both of our two runners, Shatty and Dr. J, PhD. I'm not sure, is this a knockout since this was round
Negative.
2?
No.
Negative.
It is 5 rounds of Swiss. I believe you need
5
to
rounds.
Yeah,
Oh.
you need
5
to have
rounds.
a record of 3-2 or better, and this was the beginning of the second round. So
Correct.
Dr. J is at 500. Unfortunately, Shatty is up against the wall. He'll have to run the next 3 matches, win them all. Or
right.
unfortunately be eliminated from making the brackets. Although every runner is guaranteed to play 5 matches if they so choose to play their every match in the Swiss.
Well, thank you, Frico, for doing my job and explaining that, because I apparently don't know. So that was a very nice explanation, and we'll definitely look forward to seeing more races from both of you. So definitely GG. I've linked both their Twitch channels in chat. Please give them a follow and continue to support them through the tournament. Thank you again to our commentators that I will definitely not forget to mention that have been here for the entire race as I'm struggling to set up this restream. Frico and Star1468, thank you both very much. And double thank you to Star for tracking and basically catching all the ones that I missed.
And thank you to Shiro as well for restreaming us and putting up with the tech issues and staying up as late as we have for this race.
Yes, but this was well worth it. I mean, this ended up being quite a comeback. So you know what, Shatty, don't take this as a bad thing. This was very exciting to the end. So thank you both for putting out such a great race. I hope you see past how long this was and just enjoy the ride. Any final thoughts before I send you off to Victor and Buzz's match?
No, I'm going to be going into that one hot. I think, I'm just going to jump on in and have a little look-see at what's going on.
All right, well, no spoilers. But GG's, guys. Good luck on your next round. I'll send everyone over to the other match that started about 30 minutes ago. And looking forward to the next one. Have a good night, y'all.
Good night.
Have a good night. Good night.